I'm Derek Hilmer.
And you're watching Studio 20.
This is episode 9.
Wow.
Yeah, we're getting up there.
Soon it's gonna be a decade.
Sorry we missed last week's. We just got bombarded by things going on.
School and Derek's broken car at the time and
yeah,
work.
So a lot of things that got caught up, and I don't know, but we did manage to see some movies anyway.
Yes. The first movie we saw was Couples Retreat.
Which was directed by Peter Billingsley, who was little Ralphie in A Christmas Story. He's a director now. And, I liked it. Couples Retreat was funny. Kinda a little disappointed.
Yeah, a lot of the funny parts were actually in the trailers for this movie, so we noticed that a lot of what was in the trailer was not even in the movie. So that was really disappointing.
Yeah, there were some parts that were chopped out from the movie, but it's good. It's worth watching. It's not a bad movie.
There were some funny parts. It was, you know, because it's about married couples that are having a hard time, so it becomes an emotional state. You just are like, ah. So
it's a bit more serious than I thought it would be. I mean, it's an actual, like, you know, here's some troubled relationships.
It's not a typical Vince Vaughn movie.
Right. It was written by Vince Vaughn and Jon Favreau, so the Swingers dudes are back, but it's not their kind of movie. I think they're maturing, they're getting older now, so they decided to make a more grown-up movie.
But it's still good. Like, it's still got some funny parts. I just wish some of those parts that were in the trailer would have been in the movie.
True. So it's worth watching. Go ahead, check it out. Probably a much better rental. Because it's not like a really laugh-out-loud movie, so it's not something you should see with an audience. It's not necessary. You can get it by with just watching it with your date at home on your couch when it comes out.
Or by yourself.
Or by yourself, if that seems to be the case.
Our next movie is
Where the Wild Things Are.
Not so good.
Where the Wild Things Are did not live up to the hype.
It was sad, depressing,
disturbing. This movie. It's directed by Spike Jonze. Now he's a art film director. He makes really weird things. He made the movie Being John Malkovich, so that kind of sums it up right there. This is what you're getting. Marketed as a kids movie, but this is definitely
triggered at adults. And
definitely not. It's a family drama, is what what it should be.
Well, and even one of the people in the audience said that after the movie that it felt very artsy.
That's right. We were.
I mean, they did a good job with the animals, whatever they are. I like that. They looked very real. It's just the story was.
Like, well, they looked right out of the book. You know, like, I was a fan of the book growing up when I was a kid. I think they read it to us in the library time. You know, gather around and we'll read you a book. So I'm familiar with the book. I think there's only something like 6 sentences in the book, so they've made up this entire story, but
sad story.
But the whole thing, I mean, it looks as if that's how you would imagine it. But yeah, it's a really sad story. The main character is kind of a bit of a disturbed kid. Not horribly bad, but he acts out. He's a troublemaker, a little bit kind of needy, maybe. Anyway, so all the creatures are like figments of his imagination, and each one of these characters is part of himself, his personality. So you see his anger in the main character, Carol. He's lonely all the time. He wants attention. So for each one of these aspects, there's a different character that represents that. There's the goat, who is always ignored. He just wants to be the spotlight and is not. Anyway, this movie doesn't resolve itself either. I think I just spoiled it. It doesn't resolve itself.
All he does is he goes home and then she hugs him and that's it.
Yeah, it's like, well, what are you going to do about the mess you've made here on the island? And
yeah,
everybody's sad and upset. And
he just walks away from the island.
He's like, alright, bye, see ya.
I'm going home, and that's it.
Not a good movie. Not a feel-good movie.
That little poop.
This is definitely one to just watch it at home.
Yeah. If you want to see it.
Yeah, really, don't pay.
I mean, if you really think about it, what movie would you rather see besides watching that again?
I could go for...
something that's just, like, equally as bad, but still.
Well, I don't know. It's better than Being John Malkovich, which is a little too odd for me to enjoy. I don't get into the real art films, so...
I think I'd rather watch...
There must be something.
The New Guy over and over again.
Hey, The New Guy isn't bad.
I like The New Guy.
Alright, so we received an email from one of our viewers. It's about time one of you guys actually wrote. So we have one email. And
he's also a friend.
He's also a friend, and he's being a friend by writing us. It's Ray Taylor, who's the host of the Inspired Disorder podcast. Anyway, he has some questions for us. First one is, what is your favorite movie or movies of all time?
And we came to a conclusion of...
well, they're pretty similar, I think.
Yeah, we chose Titanic, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, the whole trilogy, because it's one movie.
And, what was the other thing we chose? Let me see.
Well, what's one personally do you...
Oh, Star Wars from the 80s.
Oh, Star Wars from the 80s.
I don't like the new ones.
And I'm a fan of all Star Wars films, so...
But and then for like an 80s movie, my favorite was Ferris Bueller and Footloose.
I was a big Father of the Bride fan of the 80s.
Yeah.
Breakfast Club.
But didn't one of those come out in the 90s?
92.
Because I remember watching it as a little kid.
Yeah,
okay.
it might have been 92. But yeah.
What about your favorite musical?
My favorite musical of all time?
On DVD.
West Side Story.
Damn it. I mean, dang it. That's what I chose. You know, we also saw Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, I should say that.
Well, we did watch Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
In IMAX 3D.
An IMAX experience. It was actually a lot better than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be utter crap, but I liked it. It was funny.
I liked it too, but it's a one-time movie.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
The 3D is actually really good in that movie.
I like the animation. It kind of reminded me of Monsters vs. Aliens. The girl, like their generic face, they had that look.
Yeah. So, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs,
It
good.
had funny parts.
I would watch it in the theater, and it's already been out for like a month. So I would watch it in the theater only to see the 3D, but otherwise, you know, you can wait for it at home, which it would probably be a really good DVD to buy for kids. I think I haven't seen any kids that were disappointed by it, so it's pretty entertaining.
It's good, yeah. It makes you very hungry, so eat before you ever watch it. Seriously.
Yeah, but go check it out. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, it's better than you think it would be with a title like that. Also a children's book, which I never read as a kid because of the title. It sounded stupid to me when I was in elementary school, so I said, no, I ain't gonna use it.
But they read it to a lot of people during library.
Yeah, they didn't read it to me.
Because you're in special ed.
Well, that's true. Don't you make fun. Don't you make fun. We'd like to thank Ray for writing us.
Ray Taylor.
Ray Taylor.
Can't say his full name, or what?
What? Yes. I sworn to secrecy, not to
give his identity.
divulge his identity.
And then we would email him, but...
I'll tell him on the podcast.
We'll tell him that Billy Dallas needs to come back.
That's true. A very funny show that needs to make its way back to the interweb.
Well, I guess that's it for us tonight.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be back at you next week when life isn't so hectic. Hopefully we won't miss another week like that again.
It sucks.
That's
Alright.
bad. We apologize. Sorry, but thanks for hanging in there and checking out this week's episode.
Yes, thank you. Alright, thanks for watching Studio20. You can follow me at twitter.com/blueeyedgerl. Also on my blog where all the videos are posted, blueeyedgerl.com. And you can email us at studio20show@gmail.com.
You can follow me at Twitter at twitter.com/DerekHelmer and visit my blog at derekhelmer.com, and you can also listen to the Inspired Disorder podcast, which I am a co-host of, at inspireddisorder.com. Alright, I'm done pimping myself out. We're good.
Alright, and we are out.
Actually, I'm a little confused.